The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mosen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mosen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mosen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mosen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout-out to official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mosen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mosen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mosen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mosen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on GL7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. And follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to show your support for The Mike Wagner Show. Just go to paypal.com/Mike Wagner voiceover. Or go to anchorfm/support. Or go to The Mike Wagner Show page and click on Donate. And you can also check out the cool items on The Mike Wagner Show. Go to amazon.com/The Mike Wagner Show. And for more books and some great gift ideas, go to amazon.com/Mian Mosen Zia and order today. We're here with a terrific singer, songwriter, and Americana folk singer from Pennsylvania. He is also the author of The Enemy of Everything, and he also has some songs called In the Deep, Melts Away, This is the Night, We Are Soldiers, and also Real, which was out, but we're going to be playing one of his other tunes in just a few minutes as well, too. It's just an amazing guy. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plush Studios in beautiful Pennsylvania, somewhere in the Keystone State, the very, very multi-talented singer, songwriter, and poet, Michael Jones. Michael, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Wow, that's quite an introduction. I appreciate it, Mike. I'm excited to be here.
And we're excited to have you on as well, too. I mean, looking at some of your works, I mean, just an amazing array. You're an Americana folk singer from Pennsylvania. You also are an author, a poet called The Enemy of Everything. Talk a little bit about that. Also, some amazing music you have as well, too, like you have In the Deep, Melts Away, This Is the Night, We Are Soldiers. And you also have a new album called American Poet Part 1. You also have Real, which was featured on there. And also the latest tune we're going to be playing in a bit as well, too. What Is This Life For? And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks again, Mike, for the great introduction. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so it's a little bit of an unorthodox story. I started my life in really with poetry, sort of above all other things, and got really into English literature and studied that for quite some time, and always had a deep connection with the written word, with words in general, and with sound. And I love the combination of those two things in a really sort of sacred way. So I've always pursued that. It's always been a passion of mine, sort of born with it and come naturally to me. Performance and being a vocalist is something that, again, has always been a sort of innate natural drive in me to do. Was involved in theater for a large portion of my life. And only over the last few years have I sort of dedicated my life completely and solely to artistic creativity and music in particular.
Mm-hmm. And that's very amazing, too. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing today?
Yeah, so, I had some experiences with this whole COVID shutdown that really, to me, it gave me a unique moment in time, sort of a pause that I'd never thought possible in this world, to really sort of reset and my priorities and where I want to focus my energy moving forward. And so I would say this whole COVID lockdown has really given me the opportunity to focus on my craft.
Mm-hmm. And also, who are some of your favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up, Michael?
Yeah, I was definitely into what I'll call sort of the classic rock world growing up in a big way. Probably the most influential band in my life pre-high school was Pink Floyd. Mm-hmm. Pink Floyd, got to see them live once. It was an unbelievable experience. Kind of opened up my eyes to what's possible with live performance. They had a big impact on me, especially the album The Wall.
Oh, amazing!
It was sort of it was everything to me growing up, and and then later on, I got really into Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead, and spent a lot of time going to concerts with them and their contemporaries, and then also spent some time with the band Fish, if you're familiar with them. Spent a lot of time going to those shows. Loved the musicality and the experience that takes place at those concerts. But then, of course, I love the poets too, like the guys, that just, a guy and a guitar and a pen, writing amazing lyrics like Bob Dylan and others that I just think are timeless and probably influence just about every musician.
Mm-hmm. And who would you say your favorite poets and authors are growing up?
I always tended to be somebody that leaned toward the dark things, if you will. I loved monsters and creatures and Dungeons and Dragons and things like that growing up. So I had a big love for Edgar Allan Poe. He was a very influential poet on me growing up. I still have some of his poems memorized, even to this day, from elementary school. So, I would say Poe.
Nevermore, nevermore, as the Ravens
Nevermore.
say. Nevermore,
Exactly.
Nevermore. That's the one thing I remember about Edgar Allan Poe was, quote the Raven, nevermore.
Nevermore, yeah. It's one of the great ones. That's certainly his most famous, but he has a poem called Annabelle Lee, which you should check out sometime. To me, it's one of the great masterpieces ever written.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, speaking of poetry and everything, we'll talk about The Enemy of Everything along with some of your music. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960 or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout-out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Mosendzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mosendzia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mosendzia has garnered great reviews and even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mosendzia. Available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. And follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to support The Mike Wagner Show at paypal.com/Mike Wagner Voiceover. Also go to the mikewagnershow.com website and click on Donate, or go to anchorfm/support. And also check out the cool merchandise on amazon.com/The Mike Wagner Show. And for more books and more great gift ideas, go to amazon.com/Mian Mosendzia and order today. We're here with singer, songwriter, Americana folk singer from Pennsylvania, Michael Jones, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And he also has some great music out there called In the Deep, Melts Away, This is the Night, and many more. And before we talk about your music, Michael, you're also the author and poet of The Enemy of Everything. And tell us all about that.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, sort of been interested in writing and poetry all my life, and I always wanted to write a book and to have it, published. It was a life goal of mine for sure. I felt, as I mentioned earlier, the COVID lockdown gave me the opportunity to focus on completing something that I've been writing for a long time in bits and pieces, and put together really what I call a concept poetry book. It's an enclosed, all the poems are connected, and it does deal with a lot of sort of the darkest questions of our experience in life and whatnot, but it was also a real inspiration for me in my own music, because ultimately the connection between poetry and music it's right there. I mean, the sound, the words, the lyricism, and how it comes together, I find to be an incredible amount of crossover in the two, and I'm surprised more poets don't become more established musicians. I know it happens from time to time, but for me, the experience was it really helped fine-tune my ability to craft the lyrics at the level I wanted to when it came to the songs.
You also talked about having dark questions in your book as well, too. What are some of the example of the dark questions that you face or ask?
Yeah, so and I don't mean to to be sort of trivial about these things, but I guess I've always been really obsessed with some of the the crazy questions of our own experience that we all share together. Questions like, why we're here, questions on, what's the purpose of all of this, and obviously, what this experience means in light of death, and our experiences with love and relationships, and how we live so much of our lives, sort of enclosed in our own little worlds. Those concepts are the nature of reality, if you will. I find to be just such an intriguing question, and it always surprises me, Mike, that more of sort of the global conversation doesn't lean toward these type of questions. It's almost like people just don't want to deal with them. But for me, I find it unavoidable.
Mm-hmm. And of course, too, it's also reflects in music as well, too. You have an album called American Poet Part 1. You also feature In the Deep, Melts Away, This is the Night, and more. And tell us more about American Poet Part 1.
Yeah. So in putting together this, I mean, obviously the name I think speaks for itself, and it is a crossover from poetry, and there's a very heavy focus on the lyricism of the album itself. The album does not it's not. Every song is not the same. It's not similar in style. It's not connected in that way. But what is connected are I'll call them sort of the grand themes that play out throughout the music. Looking hopefully in fresh ways at some very unique concepts that I think we all share an interest in as human beings. Things like the chaos of the current world, things like our part in that, the nature of love and our relationships, during times of extreme chaos. And I think that this has been a foreign time for everyone. No one that's alive now has experienced anything quite like this. And I think it's resulted in the opportunity for artists like myself, writers, creators, musicians, to have really be needed. I think there's this is an important time for the right artistic messages to play their part in how us as human beings all deal with this crazy time we're living in. So having 2020 as a backdrop for this, for writing this album and producing this album, it was, I think, a very rich time, if you will, for the type of emotional experiences that everybody's having simultaneously here in this crazy world we live in.
Mm-hmm. And we'll also talk about some of your songs too, like In the Deep, Melts Away, This is the Night, We Are a Soldier. And maybe you can just pick a couple of songs and tell us about those and what inspired you to write them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm talking about these sort of grand questions, and I think that's the reason that maybe we'll hear tonight. I think you were going to play a song called "What Is This Life For?" And
yes,
I would argue that's the catchiest of the songs that I've written. I try to have some fun wordplay associated with probably the list of the greatest questions that I would be surprised if every listener, everybody hasn't asked at one point in their life or another. And I think you'll know what I mean as soon as the song is played. So that kind of lays out, and the reason I wanted to put it out there was I think it lays out a lot of the questions that are at the foundation of the album in general, that we all look at in different ways. These big themes that dominate all of our lives and the emotional experience of our lives, death and love and all that good stuff. So I do think this song is a great way to sort of encapsulate the entire album. You'll see themes in This Is the Night and We Are Soldiers, sort of a dark path for this all to go, with feelings of revolution and apocalypse and whatnot. And then you'll see some much more personal songs like Melts Away and Real that look at themes of love and themes of our own personal relationships, I think in unique ways that lend themselves toward the time we all live in.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like the right time to do it as well, too. And where can we find American Poet at?
Yeah, absolutely. So all the major platforms, I've a lot of exposure on Spotify. Facebook has been probably my most successful platform. This Is the Night. I've done some pretty unique and relevant videos associated with these songs, with all of them on the album, which can be found on my Facebook account at Michael Jones Music. And I think I know that This Is the Night, for instance, has had like over 1 million views on Facebook. So it's definitely taken off and done well on that platform. But all the major platforms you can certainly check out and find American Poet.
We certainly will do so, and we'll also play What Is This Life For in just a few moments. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mosensia of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We'll be back with Americana folk singer and songwriter Michael Jones after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamosenzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device, subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with Americana folk singer from outside Pennsylvania, Michael Jones, here on The Mike Wagner Show, also the author of The Enemy of Everything, and also having a new album out called American Poet Part 1. Right now, here's one of the tracks we're going to feature from Michael Jones on The Mike Wagner Show. Here's What Is This Life For by Michael Jones on The Mike Wagner Show.
What is this life for? What is this life for? What is this life for anyway? Lost in all the questions of life's strange and secret ways. Is there meaning in these moments that fill our numbered days? Are we dreaming that we're here? Is this someone else's dream? Is it God judging what we're doing? Is it all different than it seems? What's this life for anyway? What is all this living for? Is there a heaven, hell, or nothing? Will we learn if there is more? What is this life for anyway? Is there anyone who knows? What is this life for anyway? Is this just the way it goes? What is this life for? What is this life for? What is this life for anyway? Do I get to take this love and bring it with me when I die? If I'm a champion or a failure, did it matter that I tried? When I think about the things I've done with all my living days, seems like something from a movie. What's this life for anyway? Why are we here? Why don't we know? What keeps us running? Are we really all alone? Where did we come from? If you keep on looking back, you finally get to nothing, and nothing can come from that. And I'll keep wandering in the shadows, keep on searching for the way. And in the meantime, I'll keep loving every single living day. And if we end like we weren't here, into the black and fade away, I'm going out with my heart burning and loving to my final day. What is this life for? What is this life for? What is this life for anyway? Do I get to take this love and bring it with me when I die? If I'm a champion or a failure, did it matter that I tried? When I think about the things I've done with all my living days, seems like something from a movie. What's this life for anyway? What is this life for?
great song by Michael Jones, Americana folk singer. That was What Is This Life For here on the Mike Wagner Show. Michael, that is such a great song, and where can we find that along with your book and many others?
Yeah, so the book, The Enemy of Everything, is available on Amazon and as well as Barnes & Noble and all the other major book platforms out there. And look for the song along with all its other sister songs on American Poet on all the major platforms, Facebook, as well as Spotify, SoundCloud, etc.
Mm-hmm. And we certainly will do so. And we're here with Michael Jones of Americana folk singer with American Poet Part 1, The Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more minutes here, and we'd love to have back on. You've been amazing here. And what can we expect from you?
Love being here.
And first of all, what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's been an interesting time in my life. My father passed recently.
I'm so sorry.
2 weeks ago. And thank you. And that experience has been pretty intense, more so than I expected. First parent I ever lost, and that certainly rubbed the emotions in a way that has directed the things I've been writing. So as you can imagine, I have quite a few new songs written, and the major portion of my next album, which should be done. I'll probably release it in the second quarter of 2021. And hopefully we can get back to doing some live shows in 2021. It's been a very strange time from that perspective, which is good for studio work and things, of course, but live music, there's nothing quite like it. So looking forward to the idea of performance again as soon as we can. But for now, I'm working on my next album.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, how many times you get tired of playing in your living room, bathroom, or like your hot tub, cat litter box, or anything like that, a rooftop. It's like,
hey, you do what you have to do, right?
Yeah, yeah, you get so creative after a while, but being on the road is probably the best thing. We're all looking forward to that. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, Michael?
I'd probably have to go back to Bob Dylan, just because I think he's probably the greatest songwriter that's ever lived. But he's a little before my time. Someone that I grew up with that I think is one of the true poets of American music history is Bruce Springsteen as well. So I spent a lot of time going to see him live growing up, and I would say he's been a major influence as well. I think his poetry and his music really captures a slice of America.
And that's very amazing as well. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Find your voice. Don't try to be someone you're not. Just sing and make the music that makes you happy, stuff you would listen to, and if it touches a few people, that's amazing. If it touches millions, that's even more amazing. But it will only touch people, in my opinion, if you are true to yourself and sing and make music with your own voice.
Mm-hmm. That's very important as well. Once again, Americana folk singer from Pennsylvania, Michael Jones here on the Mike Wagner Show. Also author of The Enemy of Everything. Also his new album, American Poet Part 1. Also What Is This Life For here on the Mike Wagner Show. Michael, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music, and also check out your book?
Really appreciate it, Mike. It's been amazing on here. This is a fantastic show, and I'd love to do it anytime. So appreciate it, and hopefully you'll check out some of the music. Yep.
And once again, what's your website, and how do people contact you?
So americanpoetmusic.com is my website. So please, check it out there. You can find everything up to date on that site, and Michael Jones Music on Facebook is the other best place.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Michael, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely fantastic.
Take care, Mike.
Hey, everybody. My name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.